for Wei.
I wonder what jungler Bwipo is going to match into this. We could go see the Xin Zhao with Graves and Olaf being down. We could also see things like the Trundle, which he had a lot of success in the playoffs itself. But for now, we'll see. MF is still open. Maybe they want to opt into that, Fnatic.
I think MF makes a lot of sense here. You know, get something that Bean has looked relatively comfortable on. It's a very powerful bot lane champ.
And there we go. We'll be locked in for Bean. As you say, he looked pretty comfortable on it the first time he played it.
Yeah, now the option is, do you match jungle here and pick Xin Zhao or Trundle or something like this? Do you opt into things like the Ryze LeBlanc to take away LeBlanc Lee Sin from RNG? Or do you go for Leona and just get the strongest bot lane you can get? Yes, you're going to get pinched and go into things like the Braum, but I think the scary thing about taking LeBlanc is Cryin will go for Lissandra.
Exactly, and I just feel like when you're playing red side, it's better to get more information for your solos. You can sometimes get the double counter pick here where you can have third pick, you know, as one solo lane, then your fifth pick as the other, if they are going to actually reveal that. With Aphelios coming out, there is the possibility of Thresh, but Cryin could actually go for LeBlanc as well. It's one of his champions that he's very comfortable on. And it'll be interesting to see if Nisqy wants to do the other side of that and throw down potentially that Lissandra that you were talking about.
Does he want to go for Lissandra is my biggest question, or does he want to go for Ryze instead, which he just goes ahead and locks in? So matching LeBlanc into Ryze. The problem is we saw this kind of similar thing in the C9 Rogue game where you're playing Ryze into LeBlanc Lee Sin. The amount of agency they have versus how much you have is very, detrimental to the comp itself, because the whole team has to make sure Ryze is safe. So a lot of the time the jungle support spend is to make sure that the Ryze can actually push out and is not vulnerable to gank. So RNG have more options right now in the early game. We'll see what jungler, what top laner Fnatic go for it, see if they want to play a strong top side.
I do think by going LeBlanc though, you kind of have limited the power a little bit of Gala on this Aphelios. The easy ban there on Thresh. You know, Tahm Kench isn't really that defensive support anymore, and those were the kind of the two that really enabled Aphelios best. So with Fnatic's playstyle, they love to play aggressive, they love to dive, and I do think that Gala is going to be susceptible to that.
There's the Aurelia ban. And I feel like Fnatic needs some kind of point-and-click lockdown CC. Similar to the C9 Rogue game, I'll bring it up the last time here. Exactly, because when LeBlanc Lee Sin dash in, if you have nothing that can actually just stop them in their tracks, then it becomes complicated to actually find ways to push them out of vision control, right? So things like Nautilus, the second LeBlanc dashes in, point-and-click CC, job done. But the thing is, Braum is up, right? You don't want to fall into that trap of having a losing bot lane.
I do wonder if RNG will want to go towards the Braum pick just to protect Gala a little bit on this Aphelios. Set banned away as well. We've seen the Aurelia and the set removed in the second rotation.
Works really well against MF as well, so I do think that Braum could make a lot of sense, but you are very low on engage if you go that route.
Jayce.
On the RNG side, can be kind of difficult to actually, pick your battles. You end up being more, playing with tempo, trying to be first to the objectives, allowing Fnatic to fight into you.
What will Xiaohu pick into this Jayce here? Are we going to see...
Oh, Gragas with Comet, maybe.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a Gragas top, which is a lot of more of a safer pick. Obviously, we've seen Wukong coming out.
I will say, though, in the LPL, AP Gragas had been relatively popular, and it was kind of shockingly bad most of the time.
Oh, yeah, tell me about it. I saw Nuggery's Gragas top against Damwon.
Well, especially if you're playing weak side and you're going AP, you're just going to get slammed. So there is a possibility to really punish that. AP Gragas with Comet can be very strong, if you're playing towards it, but if it is getting attacked, it's so squishy. Rell makes a lot of sense. Now they have very powerful engage here. Rell plus Gragas as the engage. Lee Sin more acting as the follow-up there. And I think it's going to be a lot about playing through mid here, securing Gala his farm and moving around the map.
Yeah, looks like it's going to be a Braum for the lane phase. The problem is, where's your lockdown CC really? RNG have so many options and so many dashes to go in and out and find engagement whenever they want, whereas it feels like, there it is! There's the Nautilus we were talking about. This is what they need to stop this LeBlanc from being able to dash in non-stop.
I think this is much smarter. I think if you go Braum here, you really are just depending on winning early and playing sides, because you have no ability to find picks. With Hylissang on this, sets up well also for MF ultimates, to be able to lock down some of these champions, make it risky if they are diving in. They can also play heavily through sides. The ability to roam. Bwipo and Hylissang so well known for playing together as this duo, moving around the map, and that's something that I think they can be quite effective at with the Nautilus and Viego.
Yeah, so RNG, if you're looking at their comp, early game is all in the mid jungle, and that's where they're going to focus. Nisqy is going to be their target. You'd expect Ming getting out of lane and 3-manning mid constantly to push Nisqy back to unlock the LeBlanc to go to side lanes. Fnatic want to stop that. Their jungle support will have to match, push them out themselves, and make sure this Ryze has an easy way into the mid game, while also making sure Jayce has the top push.
And something that Adam has been really good at is actually his moves towards mid lane when he does have the push. So it'll be interesting to see if he can get an advantage there, if he can be that X factor for Fnatic, if you have those 3v3s going on mid. If Jayce shows up, it can shake things up.
It's a little bit of a change from what we saw from Fnatic in the LEC, which was Adam would TP to bot lane at level 4. Now he's decided, well, I'm not going to go to bot lane to set up upset. Instead, I'll go towards mid lane. Yeah, just all over the map whenever he could be. We do have a pause getting into the game. Xiaohu just needs to change out his mouse, so we'll be into the game as soon as all of that is rectified.
Just speaking about the playstyle from Adam, a classic Adam play would be like, push the first 2 top waves, run mid, gank the enemy mid. We saw it in the Hanwha Life game as well on set. Gank mid, get a kill or get a flash, run back top, catch the wave, base TP bot. That was basically what Adam did a lot of the time.
I will say it's harder to do that playstyle as Jayce because you kind of have to secure your farm, and playing from a disadvantage, it's harder to play out the game if you're not ahead individually.
And something I've noticed watching LPL versus EU teams with Jayce specifically is EU teams will try to play for Jayce top early. If it doesn't work out and like Odoamne dies on the Jayce or whoever it is as the EU top dies on the Jayce, they'll just resort to playing bot side a lot of the time instead of bailing the Jayce out. Whereas RNG, if their Jayce falls behind or gets killed in the lane or loses his flash and the wave is crashing under his tower, when that wave bounces, they're 5-man diving top and that Jayce is getting ahead. And that's something we need to look out for Fnatic.
I mean, RNG go top. That is what they do. They play through Xiaohu. He has a very interesting champion pool, can play all kinds of stuff. It is going to be the AP Gragas, at very least the splash of AP with the Comet. You're assuming it's going to be, you know, Everfrost. Sometimes people go Everfrost tank. Sometimes it is just pure glass cannon. This is something that can be difficult to deal with, you know, if you fall behind whatsoever as the Jayce, because the gank assist there for Gragas, pairing up with that Lee Sin, very powerful.
Yeah, and just to mention it again, if Fnatic win this game, their hopes of getting out of this group are so high, because then it's almost like in their hands, you know, if they go 3-0, they're out, expecting RNG to beat PSG and Hanwha Life themselves. If they lose the game, though, they are not out of the group. It's still in their hands, and obviously RNG has to win their 2 remaining games as well. But seeing as PSG and Hanwha Life are tied at 2 wins, Fnatic winning this would put them 1 step closer to being in that 3-way tie.
I mean, also, Fnatic winning this means that we could get all the way to a 4-way tie. Everyone at 3-3, the dream. Well, doesn't Europe this year?
A 4-way tie would be pretty nuts.
Yeah, 3-3, 3-3, 3-3 across the board.
7-7.
I mean, LPL teams have been collapsing a little bit here in week 2 so far. Maybe RNG wanted to join the party.
Thought you weren't getting high on your own supply there, Medic.
Is it hope
like Fnatic can get out first? I see the angle. It's all coming together.
He got you.
It's like, in how many possibilities did you look at? 14 million. In which possibility did you get through? 1.
Exposed in 4K right there, Medic. Making your own supply. And we saw actually Adam there walked into the top side, put a ward on the blue buff so he knows where Wei is starting. They also have a ward on Raptors. Look how many wards Fnatic have put down. Level 1 entrance on both sides of the Raptors and the enemy blue buff, so they should have information on Wei as to where he's pathing, but Bwipo was obviously spotted out on his red.
Yeah. And for the moment, no real trading happening apart from in the top lane as Adam eats a chunk of health from Xiaohu. And last time these 2 teams met, it was very much top focus. Xiaohu generally is the focus for RNG.
Yeah, he's been getting hit by pretty much every one of those Qs. And it does look like Xiaohu's also playing Scorch, so playing very heavily for this lane. And Adam has to be somewhat careful.
Oh, really? That's the hook. Won't force Ming back, but the only thing that I'm kind of worried about for Fnatic specifically right now is Bwipo did a full clear top side and he's moving bot side. When you have a Jayce top, yes, he will be guaranteed a crab, but this Jayce actually has no vision whatsoever, and Wei is already running top. Adam won't expect this early gank, and I don't think he's crashed top wave.
Exactly, Xiaohu is contesting the wave. That's what I was going to say. He's trying to fight aggressively into this wave to keep Adam there. Adam's trying to reset. Yeah, you are dead to rights.
No way for Adam to get out of this one, and first blood goes over to RNG once again. RNG play through Xiaohu.
And that is one of those situations where if you overpush as the Jayce, you are then fully committed to bouncing the wave. And because he was losing out on these trades, he couldn't actually afford to go into Xiaohu, reset that wave, just kind of overplayed his hand with Bwipo clearing top to bot. They knew that Wei was clearing bot to top, so he either had to do a slower push or allow it to come to him. Or wait for some assistance, but a misplay there from Adam, and he's going to be punished heavily.
And I feel like Bwipo, I mean, the whole team of Fnatic should have known Bwipo's pathing bot there. Wei just does 3 quick camps into a gank. Bwipo could have matched after Raptors by running top and covering Adam on the push out, but he wastes a lot of time and would have to base in the end. So he does get his full clear off, and he is ahead in clear of Wei. But that Jayce dying earlier on, now we talked about it before the game started. Are they going to play topside eventually, or are they just going to leave Adam out to dry on this Jayce?
I mean, all you have to do is look at the numbers for RNG to know that they're going to play on the top side. Jungle proximity of 24.3% for Xiaohu. 10 percentage points lower is Adam. That means Wei spends a full minute and 14 seconds more around Xiaohu in the first 15 minutes of the game than Bwipo spends around Adam.
Yeah, I mean, top lane stats obviously very different. Gold at 15, 17th, so he's below the sub as well. You know, dead last as far as out of the laning phase. It's gone there for Adam, and they're wrapping around here.
That ward from Wei. This is very common from junglers. When you mismatch plays and you mismatch clears, when you full clear to opposite sides, you ward their second respawn. Bwipo didn't ward Wei's Krugs, but Wei did ward his Krugs, so they just get a little bit of information.
At the very least, Bwipo is up on the top side, so could help him crash this wave so he doesn't get stuck in that kind of stalled out state, because that is really where you are in the most danger as Adam.
Definitely is. PDX Jax here saying, honestly, Fnatic looks super chill and relaxed. Does EU run it back starting here? Here's hoping. Hashtag Fnatic win.
My man Jack has had a dose as well.
Here's the thing, either they run it back or they run it down. And I'm here for both of them.
Either way, they're running. So.
Yep.
Depends which direction.
Yeah.
For the moment, though, just that first blood really separating the two teams, about 500, 600 gold between them. Cryin is farming up pretty well in the mid lane, has developed himself a 200 gold lead.
Is he going to TP back? Adam still, he only really has, I mean, he does have a little bit of vision, and Wei should get spotted on that pink, but he could save his TP here and just play for team, realizing that, well, my jungler is only top just to clear out vision. Adam is just going to run back to the lane, and he's going to save TP on Jayce, so we'll see if Fnatic can actually use that for their bot lane, which has been having the push for now, but looks like it's evened up.
And I mean, the wave is going to come towards him anyway, so I just don't think, you know, TPing there really makes any sense. If you don't think you can pressure, there's no sense in going for it. If the chains lands, he might be dead.
Nisqy flashes away, Ming flashing in. There's the TP coming in from Adam as they look to try and take this fight. But once again, RNG with a great play. Ming will fall to Adam. Cryin and Wei able to walk away.
Yeah, expectations just coming out in this game, right? Jungle support and mid just playing all to shut down Nisqy. Adam saves his TP to trade off the 1-for-1. He can't catch top wave though. This is the biggest problem Fnatic have right now. He can't run top and catch his huge wave under tower because Wei is going to zone him away and Xiaohu's going to stop him.
Exactly. They're just playing around this area here, trying to deny him from getting back up towards top. He is going up there with Hilly, trying to fight his way back to the tower. A nice TP from Adam, and I'm glad he didn't TP back towards top. There really wasn't any reason to do so, and at the very least, he gets a return kill mid.
Yeah, the good thing for Fnatic is Hilly escorts Adam to the wave, and Bwipo gets Drake in the meanwhile, right? So it's a 1-for-1 trade in the end. Adam gets his wave, and Bwipo gets Drake. The bad thing is now is Nisqy has no flash, of course, so when RNG revisit this, it's going to be even harder to cover the Ryze. There's really not much Nisqy can do here once one CC connects.
And I think it was just really well played by Cryin. He moved right to the very edge of the turret range, so even though Nisqy flashed, the chain still connects, and as soon as the chain connects, you're just dead. It's guaranteed to get hit by the dismount there from Rell. You're guaranteed to have the follow-up as well from Wei. It's a nice move from RNG. Bwipo, though, looking to get aggressive here.
Looking for Wei. Still has the flash on the Lee Sin. Smite's going to come down. Ignite is taking Bwipo, flashing forward for the chase, and Bwipo will take the kill. Fnatic find a skirmish at the red buff.
Jungle support teaming up there. Bwipo's going to get the red buff too, so level advantage. Look at the vision they have on the bot side of the map. They went through mid into bot side, and now they can threaten something on the bot lane of RNG if they overextend. Great deep side vision here for Fnatic to play with.
Yeah, absolutely, because Bwipo actually hit 6 off that as well, so... Oh, no, he did expend his ultimate, excuse me, but either way, a little bit of pressure here on that bottom side. You can see Wei is just running straight back towards bot, you know, knowing that there could be this potential play, and Bean is just trying to play up towards that top side, towards Hylissang, and stay safe, and Nisqy now on the move.
Yeah. Adam moved down from top to give Nisqy the push in mid, so Cryin can't contest, and now Nisqy can move down towards the bot side. Wei actually has no camps on the bot side of the map right now, so if Bwipo gets out,
we're going to get locked up here. Wei coming in. The attract repel stun is there. Spectral Maw, they're trying to turn it back around. And there's the bullet time. And Gala will fall to Bean. And now Bwipo's on the chase. RNG looks to try and catch out the jungler. But Fnatic are the ones doing the catching.
Oh, 2 kills to Fnatic. They take the fight. Gala ends up dying. Bwipo dodges away from Wei's Lee Sin Q by just running in a straight line. Wei might actually die again here.
Good ward. Rune Prison coming out. Wei should be able to walk out of this one. Still only level 5. Cryin on the flank here. Bwipo. Still no Heartbreaker for him, and Bwipo's so low already. And Cryin with the burst damage. Wei now 6. Has the Dragon's Rage. Nisqy's going to try and walk away, but the Sonic Wave connects, and it's a double for Wei.
Oh, it's just a little too far for Fnatic. They got so much. They stole the red, they stole the Krugs, they get the kills, but they want the Raptors as well. And not respecting the move there from Cryin, that is a big punish onto Fnatic.
Yeah, a little bit too greedy. The classic Fnatic. You get 2 kills, you overextend, you give the 2 kills back. A little game of ping pong going on here. The initial play was good, right? Just watch Bwipo's movement. He gets cancelled on the recall, but just watch how he just runs in a straight line and Wei misses Hylissang Q. Good movement there, I would say. And then they just turn on to GALA and he dies instantly in the CC chain.
Yeah, the MF ultimate was so big, the experience difference. Because Hylissang had been out of lane for a long time, Bean had the earlier level 6 than the Aphelios.
Why did GALA expend his flash, I wonder? But anyway, this is where they overextend. Going for the Raptors. Wei smartly puts the ping down. Cryin collapses in and Bwipo dies instantly. Bean.
Can we chase down by GALA? Did use the Moonlight Vigil there. Bean still, of course, had the heal from not burning it earlier on. Fnatic now. Hylissang and Bwipo teaming up. Said we wanted to see them do. Xiaohu in a good position, but he's going to jump across the wall. Adam has a lot of health to lose. RNG now with a health advantage at this fight. GALA on his way up. Hook's going to come out. They're looking for Wei. They're trying to burst him before he can do anything. And there's the shutdown. Hilly low. Cryin diving forward, but that's 2 over to Fnatic. The chase is on as Bwipo tries to catch out this LeBlanc, who can try and turn it back around. GALA doing the damage in from the side, but it's a double for Nisqy. Cryin, that's the clone medic. Don't get distracted as Fnatic turn their eyes back towards the Herald.
Yeah, but that's 3 for 1 for Fnatic. Hylissang just instantly pulls the trigger. The longer Fnatic wait, the worse it gets because Xiaohu's poking them out. They have really good engage with Gragas E-Flash, so Hilly pulls the trigger first, and there we see the power of the Nautilus knock up to single out one target.
And experience differences have made such an enormous change in this game. They are TPing back in to try to contest. Xiaohu and Cryin are coming in.
I mean, they can walk out of this.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, the TP isn't too bad there from Xiaohu.
No,
you could look for the fight.
Top.
He's next to the top lane, as you say, can catch that wave anyway.
So, I mean, it's just been so interesting because you look at that fight at the RNG red buff, Bwipo hit 6 first, then you look at the fight in bot lane, Bean hit 6 first for the ultimate, again in the top side, Hylissang with the XP advantage, he hit 6 first. It's made such a huge difference. The lockdown here onto Wei, they're able to focus him very quickly. Q, auto root, the ult comes out, just absolutely bursts down. You really only need that first kill when you're playing with Viego.
Yeah, we see it in the new Axe effect replay. Once the Viego gets the reset, Bwipo turns into the Hylissang, which is perfect for the gap closing onto champions like LeBlanc to force Cryin out. And now, feels like Fnatic's in the driving seat, right? Bwipo really strong in this Viego, has his Sunderer completed, he has Herald as well. And bot lane's ahead, mid lane is slightly behind, but the kills are making up for it.
And I think the big thing for Fnatic in this sort of situation is tempered aggression. Last week, they would throw themselves headfirst into their opposition in positions like this. I mean, they had leads in some of their games. They just kept going for fights, kept going for bad numbers fights. But here, unfavorable. Unfavorable, that's the one. Thank you so much, my man. Here, they're 500 gold ahead, basically even with RNG. But if they can continue to find fights like this, they can set themselves up so well for the mid game.
Absolutely. And looking like they may want to set up for this Dragon. RNG, no interest in contesting. Very interesting to see Xiaohu actually going Ludens here, it looks like, potentially. You know, Everfrost almost always.
Yeah, I think he will build towards Everfrost, you expect, but
I'm so surprised to not see Kindle Gem as an early laning item, though.
Knockback from Xiaohu onto Adam. Wei just waiting around the corner, but Xiaohu's so low already, almost dies. Wei going in, Adam flashes away. Wei doesn't tank up the tower as of yet. Adam trying to turn this around, but Wei with the Sonic Wave combination. Adam with his clips, not enough to shield him up. Wei survives, Xiaohu survives, and RNG able to get a kill in the top lane.
What can Fnatic do on the cross map though? Yes, their top laner's dead, but Bwipo has Herald and Bean's able to hit this bot tier 1. RNG are zoned off, so the gold that Fnatic lost in that kill, they're able to kind of find it back by just denying the waves from RNG, zoning GALA away. Hylissang was just hex flashing over the wall, forcing them back. He's going to do it again to make sure that this Aphelios can't get any experience.
And as long as RNG stay top, there's no reason you couldn't get actually 2 charges here. Fnatic could potentially just move this forward, escort this in. They do get first tower. Oh my god, he's TPing that has no health.
Okay. Adam TPs to the tower, keeps it alive. There's a chance that maybe they look for a redive here. Cryine's moving up. Adam does clear the wave in the end, and I guess he will be safe. Wei, obviously really low on HP.
Cryin was working his way up towards the top lane there as well. As the bulwark falls off that tower in a couple of moments, you expect Xiaohu just be able to knock it over, blow it over. It's basically got nothing on it at all. So Fnatic, although they are currently 1,600 gold ahead, that's going to even out just a little bit, as RNG should be able to take their first tower of the game.
Wei's still here. Xiaohu's forcing Adam back. If Adam stays for longer. Bwipo's on the way, yes, but he could be in danger again. He has no flash. One ultimate and dead.
Adam's dead. That was greed more than anything else, madam.
I mean, trying to defend the tower, it has 1 auto of health. Yeah. You have to basically play that like the tower doesn't even exist, right? And Adam, I think, feeling a little bit overconfident with the tower behind him. It's an easy play for Xiaohu and Wei.
Ming is on his way up here. Bwipo in the hammered path will be spotted out as he comes through the river on that ward. And as you say, like, just overconfidence there from Adam, thinking that he had too much that he could do. Cryin chunked out a little bit by Bean. Hook dodged away from.
Yeah, the rest of the map is going good for Fnatic, of course. The gold is even, yes, but this Jayce is down 25 CS, 26 CS, and he's 1 and 3, down a level onto Gragas. Yeah. Jayce is the one that you want to have pressure over side lanes. If you're playing a Jayce who has to catch waves, the comp just feels really off. The only real thing Adam can do now is catch waves over side, push out when Xiaohu's showing on the map, and then group with your team and poke down with whatever damage you've got.
Fnatic, at the very least, are winning on the bottom side. Gale Force is completed here.
Might die again.
Nisqy has his Everfrost, and yeah, they're looking top again. Fnatic are just going to be stacking dragons, though, and this time it feels like Adam has a bit of a read on the play.
The thing with this is, as well, is as Fnatic, you have to decide if you invest any vision in that top side quadrant to keep Adam safe. You can see they're saying, no, Adam, you have to play total weak side without vision. We're going to put wards down towards this bottom side of the map. And because of that, Adam can step too far forward. Ming can catch him out. The Magnet Storm comes out. Adam, no flash, no way out. And Ming will take the kill. Yeah,
playing weak side Jayce really does feel like the map is in a terrible state, because now Fnatic has to dive bot no matter what. Cryin can match with TP, so it's probably a 2v3 because Bwipo's not here. Looks like they're going to force it anyway.
Xiaohu tries to clear the wave. Hylissang with the hook, bends it around the tower. Hylissang tanking this one up, but we'll have the heal and we'll have the shield. Xiaohu has to burn his flash to escape.
Yeah, I think Hylissang's hook hit a creep there or something, or one of the small Krugs. They're going to force the tower anyway, but Cryin has TP. Fnatic needs to be careful here.
Tower will fall. Hylissang still going forward. Bullet time available as Ming is locked up in. It will flash away. Hylissang taking with the Ignite. Realm Warp coming out as well as Nisqy's going to join this fight. Actually used to take them away. And Bean and Nisqy will escape, and Hylissang goes down.
Not the worst for Fnatic. They at least do get the tier 2. Does cost them the Hylissang's life, but they lose the tier 2 top, and Adam is just having such a rough time up here. You know, not having, I think, enough patience when playing weak side. He's got to play it more defensive. Sometimes it feels bad. You've got to give up those waves, though.
Nisqy just trying to trade that onto Xiaohu. Of course, Gragas passive. From the W, you get tankier. From all of your abilities, you get more healing. It's very difficult to chip away at him.
Coming.
Cryin on the way. Adam here as well, but more of a minion than a champion right now. Only Eclipse complete on that. Jayce can do a little bit of work.
I will say Bwipo is 2 levels up, and he's up so much CS in the jungle right now. So all this time Wei is spending killing Adam is really hurting Fnatic, but Bwipo's farming up a Storm. 140 CS at 16 minutes as a jungler, has his Sunder, probably has a lot of gold in his inventory too, and now this Herald is spawned. It looks like Fnatic want to set up for it. Xiaohu has TP to join. Adam looks like he's going to push out top and join the rest of Fnatic to get this Herald. See if RNG can test.
And Viego from ahead is so terrifying. It's so difficult to actually burst him down. If he does get that reset in a team fight, incredibly difficult to deal with. Xiaohu, though, looking for a potential flank.
Bwipo going forward, gets the stun onto Cryin. Explosive cask available, will knock Bean back straight into the wing arms of Bean.
Oh, the Gale Force!
But the Gale Force will get them out, and now Bean's going to try and turn it around. Ming, locked up, taken out. The Gale Force from Bean away from the Magnet Storm was
clean.
Yeah, and Fnatic were setting up for the Herald, but Drake was spawning in 10 seconds, so they ran through mid, and they're contesting non-stop.
Bwipo looking for Cryin once again. Cryin's going to distort away. Fnatic, bullet time about to come off cooldown. Nisqy can put out a lot of damage in these fights as well. Mountain Drake available for them, would be their 3rd of the game, would put them on soul point. Works well into the burst that comes out of RNG, and now RNG stepping into the darkness. Walking into the faces of Fnatic, who have found their form in week 2 here. In the first game that everyone expected them to lose, Fnatic fighting it. Hylissang locked down once again. Chains connect, Dragon taken by Fnatic, but RNG probably won't be done with this. They'll want the fight. Wei dives in, dives back, safeguards away. Cryin chunked out, but that's the clone who goes low. Bullet time available here for Bean. Moonlight Vigil goes wide. Bullet time used to disengage.
Yeah, I think RNG might be able to get a mid-tier one of this. Fnatic's tempo is in the pavement, but they got the Dragon. They're on Dragon Soul point. Hylissang was looking for a turn, but the hook missed, so he couldn't proc Aftershock. But no, RNG are going to move towards the Herald instead.
Yeah, they're going for both. They want to try to pressure this mid-tier 1, take the Herald, be able to clean up potentially the bottom tier 1 as well, and extend their gold lead. It will be in a slight one after this tower goes down, but still not too bad for Fnatic. Putting themselves to a potential early Mountain Soul is incredibly valuable. When you look over at the champions that RNG is playing, AP Gragas, LeBlanc, these champions are very burst reliant, and the Mountain Soul shield makes that much more difficult to deal with.
Yeah, Bean's Gale Force saves the day for Fnatic. Just Gale Forces out of the Magnet Storm, doesn't even use the flash, doesn't have the bullet time to turn the entire fight, but one pick for Fnatic was all they really needed to start contesting the next mid-wave, move into the Dragon, and Hylissang was looking for a turn here. The problem is his hook is missing, and he can't actually use the ult in the buffer, and he dies before he can activate it. Doesn't have the Aftershock proc, ends up dying 1 for 1, and Fnatic used their ultimate to get out.
Fnatic didn't have the wards either to set up around that Drake. They cleared them out as they went through, but didn't have any to replace and spot for RNG on the advance. Gold basically even between these two teams. Fnatic a lot stronger, it seems, than they were last week, but RNG still looking to go undefeated in this group. Still definitely the favorites overall.
I think Cryine's building towards a Banshees. Maybe he wants to avoid that Hylissang ultimate coming out so he can play a little bit more aggressive, but you can see where the gold leads really is for RNG. It's in the top lane, and for Fnatic it's more so in the bot lane. Bwipo actually even up against Wei in gold, surprisingly.
Still has the 2-level lead though, which is a lot of stats. You know, it's hundreds of gold per level, so he is still definitely more powerful. But Wei having a good game. Really, Wei and Cryin have been kind of the backbone to RNG this game, and they're just trying to buy time for Gala to get his items to become more relevant.
And something you mentioned in Pick and Ban, Azael, was Bean has had pretty good performances overall, and you can see it here again. He's keeping up in CS with Gala. Hylissang has often not been in that lane. He's positioning well. That Gale Force was very good as well. And for someone on his first ever international game, Bean is having a very, well, first ever international tournament, because obviously he played last week. He's having a very good game.
He's also going the more scaling build, right? He's going crit, he's playing PTA, so this is going to be high damage in the later stages of the game, absolutely.
RNG just keep grouping mid, forcing Fnatic out. Look at Fnatic's bot side vision. Full deep side vision for Fnatic, and they keep Nisqy down towards the bot side of the map. All Fnatic are doing are waiting for a dragon, holding control. RNG have a couple of options. Push out mid as 5 and start to contest the vision that Fnatic has in their deep side jungle. Or do they look to go towards a Baron soon? 1 minute, 2 minutes until that.
From Fnatic. So many down in RNG's jungle, just trying to maintain control, trying to preempt any sort of a move from RNG, you know, to get vision over that wall for the potential soul.
Yeah, it's a stare down for mid wave, really, isn't it? RNG, Ming has no wards, so he needs to base and collect some more wards before this dragon spawns. Fnatic have the option of going for Baron, over RNG, because they can drop the dragon to RNG and get a Baron for it, whereas RNG, the trade-off has to be worth it in getting almost every single tier 2 in the game to leverage the map control versus the soul.
This is really interesting. Hylissang going for the Abyssal Rush, so you know, does add extra damage when you do hit that CC, so the potential to actually burst out some of these squishy champions when they go in is quite high. And it's also double AP solo laners, so I think it's a reasonable choice. You know, the more aggressive option, a lot of people would just go lock it, try to defend Bean, try to defend Nisqy, but this is going to add a lot of value as long as he can land the CC on those carries.
Anyone that's surprised with Hylissang going the more aggressive option hasn't watched Hylissang play before. Always likes to make some plays from the support position. You can see RNG looking to make plays onto Hylissang. Chain's going to connect here, being in a good position for the bullet time if RNG do overextend. Wei still sitting on that Rift Herald with 50 seconds on. And Hylissang going forward, bullet time coming in, but Bean has been caught out. Xiaohu was laying in wait. Cryin able to escape, Moonlight Vigil coming in as well as Bwipo tries to put the damage down. Nisqy there as well. Adam joining the fight from the bottom side, and Wei is already dead as Bwipo gets one reset. It's looking for 2, but he can't quite get them. Ming able to get out alive. Gala just ripping through Fnatic right now. The Shuriken's doing so much work.
Yeah, he has the red and white guns, and Fnatic are just over-committing into him. Bean tried to get the bullet time across, but Xiaohu was the man to seal the deal in that fight.
Absolutely. I mean, Fnatic has so much vision across the river. They had all these wards in the enemy jungle, but they didn't have any vision on Xiaohu in their side of the jungle. And it's really all about the positioning here from Xiaohu, coming up, wrapping around into this angle. And then as soon as Bean starts channeling the ultimate, easy pick there, and RNG going to be able to deny Soul. So the fight so big for RNG. Not only do they get that gold, they stop that Mountain Soul from going with Fnatic's way.
You can see how much was invested by both teams into it. Basically, everyone's burnt their flash as well. Only Bean and Adam have flashes remaining out of all 10 players in the game. RNG now slow the Soul, still only have about a 500, 600 gold lead, but we've seen if you can catch out Bean when he tries
Adam,
to position
careful.
like that. Adam now perhaps being caught out himself. Bwipo is on the way up here, but Wei will have the Dragon's Rage, has the kick. Adam pushes forward. Wei jumps in with the safeguard. Cryin jumps back. Hylissang and Bwipo trying to get their TP coming in. Fnatic once again investing in to try and keep Adam alive. The fight's going to begin as Nisqy joins the fray. Wei caught out as well. Bwipo looking for the damage there with a Heartbreaker, but can't quite get the resets. Xiaohu going in. Wei dodges to the side of the overload. Being now chasing forward. RNG, Ming caught out. 4v4 now in the top lane as Fnatic continue to advance. Wei low. lands the smite. Bwipo jumps across the wall. Fnatic might just turn back towards the Baron here.
Yeah, Fnatic was there in time to respond to Adam's push. He did buy enough time for them to arrive to force it into a 1-3-1. They have some control now, but Xiaohu's going in.
Bean has the bullet time. Xiaohu looking for the engage. Bean now still on a ward. Xiaohu though locked up, stopwatched. Is he going to stop time long enough? He can't. Shut down for Bean, and Fnatic get another kill.
Xiaohu going way too aggressive there. You know, missing all his skills that seemed like in that previous fight, then trying to get a pick onto Hylissang. Yeah, they just start Baron. You can still look for the turn potentially onto Wei. Wei doesn't have smite. They don't know this, but RNG have really nothing they can do about it besides try to fight their way out.
Oh, the hook! The bullet time, though, not quite enough. The Baron has not reset yet. Cryin low. Baron down to 6,000. Adam coming in for the fight. Cryine's going to back. He doesn't have TP to rejoin this way now. Still no smite on the Lee Sin. Do Fnatic. Do you stick a twist? Do you flip the coin? Do you flip the burger? Do you go for the fight? Baron down to 1,000. Bwipo will secure it. Fnatic now looking for the fight as Adam's trying to distract all of RNG. Fnatic trying to get away. The one will get two of them out. Hylissang sacrifices himself as well. So it will be only Bwipo and Nisqy surviving with the Baron.
Yeah, triple kill over to Gala though. 2 Barons. I think it's almost like an even trade depending on how much RNG can get out of this because they're very low. Can they get the mid-tier 2? Then it would probably be a favorable trade for RNG. We'll have to see how Fnatic use this Baron because there's a lot of standing gold on the map. Mid-tier 1, Dragons in 2 minutes 50. They should be able to push out and have minion wave advantages to start to contest these neutrals. But Hylissang, this hook onto Cryin was crazy.
He just snaps around the wall there. It's the lollipop
and then
right around the corner.
Goes back into the MF ultimate and almost dies to it. But Gala is the man of the fight for RNG.
Yeah, absolutely. Gala played this really well, but I've got to say, I feel like Adam kind of gave him a free one. You know, after you're finishing the Baron here, he doesn't need to commit it. You can just back it out, but Adam decides to go in aggressively for this play, and as a result, they're going to lose that additional Baron buff. Having Baron on your Jayce to be able to play 1-3-1, you know, with the Ryze, with the Jayce in the side lanes, Baron buffing up those minion waves is a big deal, and it's another death there for Adam, but Fnatic so close this game. I mean, even at its worst, though, it's only plus 1k for RNG at best, minus 1.7 for them at worst, so this has been back and forth, extremely close, and Fnatic still on soul point.
Magnet Storm coming in, they're looking to try and catch out Adam, and once again, it's Adam who is low. Wei's going to be able to kill him off. Adam will fall. Gala now dominating, and RNG with a man advantage.
RNG just pulled the trigger 4v4. Adam has no flash. Nisqy was pushing top. Xiaohu was pushing bot. Bean again has to use heal and Gale forces out of the Magnet Storm. But Adam's the one who falls. Fnatic losing a bot tier 1 right now. They don't have a mid-wave to play on either, so full control to RNG. 1 minute 30 seconds on the Dragon. Soul point for Fnatic.
And we've seen Fnatic have some incredible week 2 runs before. Hark back to the 0-4 into 4-4, making it out of the group. However, this year, it looked like they wouldn't be able to do it. It looked like with Bean, they just didn't have the coordination, didn't have the manpower that they would have had if Upset had been able to join the squad. Here, though, against RNG, they show some of their true metal, at least, show that they can challenge RNG.
Look at the ward behind Fnatic, though. Xiaohu has TP coming up soon, and he's basing. If he TP's behind them right now, Adam's going to have to match. They're collapsed. They're just going 5-man mid here. Moving into top side, though. 50 seconds on the Dragon means looks like they won't be in time to contest it, and I wonder if Fnatic are just giving it up.
Feels like they are. I mean, the only one even resetting is Hylissang and Bean. Nisqy heading up towards top side. He does not have TP. He could push out and move down towards bot with the Rell warp, but feels like they may not be going for it. And Fnatic has no vision in that Dragon area. So it's feeling like it's going to be another Mountain Dragon going the way of RNG. And you have to wonder, you know, is this the right call? It's such a powerful buff there for Fnatic, but they're kind of saying they just don't have the setup for it.
Raul's going to come in. TP's being invested. Xiaohu flashes away, and Fnatic TPing away from the Dragon. They just want this tower instead. They will get it. Their second tier 2 of the game.
Yeah, RNG are trading though, so yes, you got the top tier 2, but at best you're investing that TP to make sure you go even in the trade. Nisqy actually ults Adam to the Dragon.
Nisqy has TP.
And Nisqy can base in TP, so Fnatic are actually now in a position to contest this. Looks like they're going to force RNG out. Really deep TP here. It's going to be a 5v5.
Yeah, Gala and Wei are caught out right now by themselves. TP's going to come in. They're looking for Wei, who has to try and flash away. Ming, no way to get into this fight. Wei pops the stopwatch. Xiaohu here. Gala and Cryin going to join Ming off towards the top side. Nisqy trying to survive down towards the bottom. Hylissang low. Gala goes godlike, being locked up, and he's down as well. And now it's all on Adam, Bwipo, and Nisqy to try and turn this one around. But Gala has the hula hoop of death. It falls off as Gala goes in. Bwipo misses the heartbreaker and it's double Xiaohu. And the collapse is just too darn strong from RNG. Fnatic are thwarted.
Gala's just running over them. Adam falls again, and Nisqy slated to fall here as well. The shutdown onto Gala, 9-1-2 at this point. They're gonna grab the dragon off the back of this, and Gala is just running away with this game.
He is mowing them down. Red and white guns again. Fnatic overcommit into him, and he has perfect weapons to stop them. The biggest part of this fight was Wei's stopwatch, because Fnatic think they found a pick. They get a lot of damage onto him initially, but then the Nautilus ultimate is invested into the Lee Sin, so now Gala and Cryin can play aggressive, and it's stopwatched on top of everything. And now look at Bean's positioning. He feels so awkward. He's in between Ming, he's in between Xiaohu, flashes away, but he still gets connected on. Meanwhile, Gala is just shredding everyone.
Exactly, they overcommit in onto Wei. They got baited by it. The Nautilus ultimate comes through. Bean is funneling through this choke. You can see that pink ward in the brush gave Cryin the vision to actually chunk down Bean very, very low. Then he saw Ming coming from the left. He flashes down to try to find some sort of a position where he can use the MF ult from, but RNG was collapsing from all sides. Bean had no way out, and it was just the overcommitment, perhaps not tracking the stopwatch or thinking that RNG was further away than they were, but Fnatic went all in for that kill, and they got lit up.
Yeah, Fnatic are down 3k gold now. RNG only have 2 dragons, so Fnatic still on soul point, and they didn't lose a Baron for it. 40 seconds on that, but the biggest problem now is 2 things. 1, Gala is 3 items with a stopwatch and sums available, and 2, Cryin has 20 stacks on his Magi's. He is incredibly fed, so Nisqy was dishing out a lot of damage in that last fight, so it goes to show that if he's in range of doing things and actually was able to hit targets, then he can dish out a lot. The problem is RNG have so much mobility, and now Wei has a Guardian Angel on top of that.
Exactly, and RNG are just playing to create space for Gala. It's very difficult for Nisqy to actually approach the Aphelios whatsoever with all the CC that RNG has between Xiaohu, Ming, and Wei. We're there to create space. You know, you've got to try to find some angle, it feels like, to get onto Gala. If you're not using that Nautilus ultimate to get onto him, to set up for some sort of an ultimate from Bean or some sort of a play, it feels like it's not a fight you're going to win. But he has his stopwatch now, and he didn't even have to use sums in the last fight, which makes it that much more difficult.
Gala continues to show why he was a fitting replacement for Uzi on this lineup. An AD carry that has stormed onto the scene over the last couple of years and helped, of course, carry RNG to that MSI title back in summer. And now you can see Fnatic trying to deny vision, but RNG just able to step forward, have so much more power, have the disengage and the engage tools at their disposal.
Yeah, they have so much threat, RNG. Bean has no flash, Nisqy has no flash, 2 immobile carries against the Gragas, Lee Sin, LeBlanc, so they have to pay so much respect. Even the Aphelios ult with the purple gun means that they can find and engage.
And Gragas' flash just came up now, so he has the potential to look for those sorts of plays. He has the zone use completed, and he almost has a death cap. I mean, Xiaohu has the potential here to 100-0 someone like Bean, who has no defensive itemization.
Really? Looking for the hook, but the jump comes back. There's the chains, and Hylissang already down to half HP. Fnatic still looking for the spike, but Gala pops the stopwatch. Spectral Maw was dodged. Wei dives to the back, and now Gala can open up the big guns. Infernum. Target the possibility. Moonlight Vigil still available. No flash is really burnt on either side. Bean burns the heal, but there's the shutdown as Cryin dives in and the chase is on. The chain connects onto Ming, not onto Gala, who flashes away. Ming's going to jump away as well, and Fnatic continue their advance, continue to push forward. The bullet time coming in. Gala was hit with the hook, but Bwipo just cannot chase him down. Gala's still alive. Bwipo wants to stop watching the turn. Adam redeems himself from 1-8 to perhaps winning the game for Fnatic. They find the kill onto Gala that they needed to turn this one around. They're going for more. They're looking for more as the round warp comes in. Xiaohu able to dodge to the side. The Everfrost being used. No Rune Prison available for Nisqy.
Yeah, Fnatic, I don't think they can end just yet. Xiaohu still has ultimate. He can pop the ult on the wave. They have to go Nash. That's a miracle fight for Fnatic. Cryin making a huge mistake by dashing forwards, giving Bwipo the LeBlanc. And there was so many stopwatches used in this fight to buy time for their team. It's just Xiaohu versus Fnatic. Cryin has TP in 4 seconds, and Fnatic, they have Smite, they're burning this down. Bean has sums.
They don't have the vision on him yet, that's the TP coming in. Fnatic, as you say, Bean has the flash, explosive cast will knock him back. Xiaohu going in, looking for Bwipo, Smite available. Here comes Cryin and Bwipo able to secure the Baron. They also take down Xiaohu.
Yeah, Xiaohu's dead for 50 seconds. Fnatic can base down, run towards the Mountain Dragon. That's their soul. Nisqy can afford to just push out top because he has TP anyway. Huge item spikes coming in for Fnatic as well. And it all starts by Cryin going too deep.
And the early force here on Gala. They get the stopwatch out before the fight really truly broke out. That was so critical, allowing Adam to come in much later in the fight. Now Xiaohu playing pretty aggressively here, but it's Cryin stunned up by Bwipo into the root. Just so fast there by Bwipo. He was already charging the stun. Takes over LeBlanc's body, roots up Ming, and then the chase is on.
Yeah, it turns into stopwatch city as well. Just watch this. Hylissang pops to stopwatch Xiaohu. Ming pops to stopwatch Bwipo. Pops to stopwatch. 4 stopwatches used. And Xiaohu's E here doesn't connect onto Bwipo. He mistimed it just slightly. So Bwipo's able to get out. So 3 members live and they can get the Baron.
Crazy play there by Adam. Has been having a rough game, but does find the opportunity to go in. Xiaohu now respawn.
TP's in.
They're going to fight for it.
Hylissang's going to hex flash across. This is only soul for Fnatic. RNG would not get soul if it happens. Fnatic going to try and pull it out of the pit. Don't really have vision on RNG at all. Wei goes in. Adam secures it once again. There's a soul, and now they're caught out Wei. And they're going to burst it before he can get across with the safeguard. Beam with the stopwatch for himself. Everfrost short. The root comes out. Beam will fall with the Rell warp now. Fnatic won this fight, but they're in a 3v4. Adam on the flank against the flank once again. Adam, you French genius, takes the kill. Fnatic find the fight.
They're going to do it.
Adam gets the triple.
The hope is alive for Fnatic. They're going to push down mid. They have Baron 24 seconds on Wei. I wonder if they can end. I don't think they actually have the waves. Mid wave died. Bot wave's pushing in. Top wave's too far away. So we need to take a breather after that. But Fnatic get the soul. They get 5 kills. And they can win this game, Azael.
It's week 2 Fnatic, baby. Adam gets the dragon there. Bwipo not even getting his smite off. They get the initial
Adam's
kill.
TP behind.
And then the Realm Warp here in combination with Adam on the TP flank. They get in onto Gala. The Shock Blast connects. The ulti from Hylissang knocking him up. The bonus damage from the Abyssal. And Adam just smacks him down there. Fnatic piling into the backline. They've recognized you cannot give Gala space or he will run you over, and they're finding ways to get into the backline. Multiple members every time.
Yeah, and it's Adam, the man doing it. On a champion like Jayce, he was 1-7 earlier on.
1-8.
1-8. He got a huge shutdown onto Gala. And then he clutches the fight at the backside with the TP. The gold graph's now in favor of Fnatic. They have the soul, and now they have the Baron. They can get the setup.
And the soul is so big.
Against a lot of damage.
Against champions like LeBlanc and Lee Sin, the Mountain Soul just prevents so much poke and damage coming out. Bean has a Guardian Angel now. A lot of defensive items. Fnatic, Adam with a Guardian Angel. So many defensive items now to stop this Lee Sin and LeBlanc.
And honestly, on both sides, it's all about Gala now. For RNG, you can no longer rely on these burst champions to actually knock through this very durable Fnatic lineup. They have to be able to protect Gala, and Fnatic must get to him to take him down because he's the only one that can do it.
Fnatic pushing into the base of RNG, looking to claim their first win of Worlds 2021, looking to continue the legacy that is Fnatic in week 2. Baron buff has expired. They will take down the middle inhibitor. 6,000 gold, the difference between the teams. A Mountain Drake, a Mountain Soul, in fact, in Fnatic's pockets as well.
Yeah, Fnatic get the mid inhibitor, and they're going to go towards bot now. Push that in. There's no tier 2s up. Hilly's looking for a pick onto Ming.
There's the hook onto Ming, but he can jump in, and there's the Magnet Storm, and there's the chase, and Nisqy pops the stopwatch.
Bean
Ming
has the angle.
Though, there's the stun. Bean has the angle for the bullet time. Hylissang, kick back, knock back. The bullet time does not connect. Adam is not here with the team. I think Cryin tried to jump the wall and jump back there. One get across.
1 for 1.
Support for support.
Yeah, ultimates traded off as well. So no one really has any team fight available ultimates left apart from Gala and Bwipo. The siege still coming in, but RNG have wave clear. No Baron buff for Fnatic anymore. Oh,
Bwipo stunned! Cryin dead! Bwipo! What can this man not do? He was top lane last world. He's jungle here. And once again, perhaps he's carrying Fnatic through this game.
Bwipo is on fire today, catching Cryin multiple times with the stun. They are pushing forward. It's going to be a second attack.
Adam going in. Then look at the Gala who flashes away. Adam knocked back, being low as well, but the GAs are there. Adam pops into the GA. Bwipo trying to trade with Gala. Gala low. Bwipo on a rampage. He steps up when they need him most. Fnatic's main man is Bwipo. The inhibitor down in the bottom lane of Fnatic, and now knocking on the Nexus towers. 1 tower and a Nexus between them. And a miraculous win. RNG can only watch as Fnatic tear through their base.
Oh, Fnatic, the dream is alive. We've seen miracles happen at Worlds 2021, and we're on the precipice of maybe seeing another one.
Man, Bwipo had an incredible game. Multiple times catching the LeBlanc. You drafted the Nautilus to catch the LeBlanc. You didn't draft the Viego for that. But the timing on these stuns, multiple times as Cryin is dashing in, he catches him with the stun, gives himself the reset there. Beautiful stuff.
And that's something we haven't seen in a long time, and that's smiles on Fnatic's faces. They all look so happy. They all look as a team again and united. Bwipo's laughing. Fnatic.
They don't even know where to bow because they haven't done it before.
What do you do when you win? Does anyone know?
They forgot. The positive vibes are back.
That they are. You can see the smiles on their faces as you say, and perhaps Yamato was right. Perhaps there is a possibility. Perhaps
Magic
there is a
in the air here,
universe
Medic.
where Fnatic make it through. We still have that 4-way tie at 3-3 as an option as well. I'm just laying it out there.
Man, I've got to say, credit to Adam as well. He had a shocking early game.
Yeah.
Really was struggling playing weak side.
Yeah.
But in those fights, came up huge. You know, he didn't play scared whatsoever in those team fights. In mid lane, after the early stopwatch was forced out, he found his window, hits the shock blast, flashes in, kills Gala on that initial play when Gala hadn't died in a long time. Then again, bot side, the TP flank after the initial dragon fight. You know, he's TPing from the dragon to behind them again to find the flank on Gala multiple times. He was a critical component of getting into that backline because at a certain point, Viego can't do it by himself. You cannot take down the Aphelios in the 1v1. You need multiple members to get in there, and Adam was such a core component of that.
Yeah, taking down RNG would be next to them, right? You've got Bwipo, Hylissang as the veterans of Worlds, Nisqy as well. Bean had a great performance on the MF, I have to say. A lot of the times, rookies can crumble on stages like this, especially if they haven't even been at a